If you were growing up while dial-up internet was still a thing, you could probably tell the difference between the real world and the imagined one. So how exactly did that boundary stop being a thing? You could argue early Facebook and MySpace were actual social spaces where even though people handpicked what they would post, you'd still see something that was based in reality. Free messaging, group chats, and pages for every interest you could think of. We were bringing our real life spaces and interests to the internet, and it actually showed content that we wanted to see, what our friends were up to. If the story is Mike went to vacation to Italy, the narrative is how he portrays it, aka this was the best vacation ever, and framing is what he chooses to show or not show in order to prove that what he's talking about is real. Maybe it's that picture of a sunset or all the great food he's had. And you knew it was probably real because Mike's been posting about how he is going to Italy for the past 3 months and how excited he is about that. What no one seemed to realize is that at a certain point, social media completely shifted away from this model and people actually never adapted mentally. We stopped seeing the things our friends were doing and we started being shown what an algorithm thought we might like. Now, this is a very sinister euphemism. What this euphemism actually means is that by participating in this medium, we are actively reshaping what we see as reality. Beauty standards, wealth, success. Suddenly we were seeing a world that we never actually saw before, but we immediately thought this is real. And this reality is exactly why people bought it. And the best part is, if you somehow got famous, you could be just like them too. Hollywood fame with none of the effort. And in reality, it actually worked. If you got enough followers, if you got enough reach, you could translate that reach and influence into tangible benefits, which could change your life. However, it was still moving quite slowly, I'd say, compared to today. You would eventually run out of stuff to see. You'd eventually say, okay, I saw everything that Instagram has for me today, let's move on with our day. But with the constant advancements, the constant race in technology, TikTok is actually where social media got really scary quite fast. With how media illiterate the average person is nowadays, I would say that short form content is the most dangerous form of content. Basically, you're given no time to see, to think, even process what you're looking at before you move on to the next video. And let's say you watch 100 videos and 5 minutes later you can't remember any of them. But that doesn't mean those videos haven't influenced you already by the time you're done watching. If you repeat a lie enough times, eventually it becomes true. Couple that with an algorithm learning more and more about you, which is another euphemism for exploiting your weaknesses. Using the medium actually means trading your identity for some short form entertainment. That's the bottom line of TikTok. Now, this already fits the definition of hyperreality because if you're shown a story, a narrative that is framed a certain way, the difference between the previous medium, where you could verify all those things, at least partially, here you can't verify any of it. It could be completely faked, completely staged, and very often it is. There's actually profitable businesses just based around creating social proof content. And with how advanced AI is nowadays, we've actually reached simulacrum, where people are recreating trends, attempting things that were actually never done in real life. They were never filmed in real life. They're just generated content and people are attempting it anyway. And the worst part is that this is just going to get worse and worse. I don't even want to know what's coming next, honestly. Please do not trade your identity, who you are, for some short form entertainment. Go do anything. The world is yours. It's free. You can go do whatever you want. I'm sure. I believe in you.